attending the University of Scranton as an undergrad, I took an ethics class, and the professor read the story of Abraham sacrificing Isaac to us. Now, I do not remember one word the professor said about this story, but what I do remember is the girl sitting in front of me blurting out as the story ended, "God, I hate this reading." And at the time, I didn't know the Bible that well. I wasn't sure what upset her. But then I thought maybe she was angry at God for telling Isaac to kill his son. And today, many preachers will speak about Abraham's faith. Abraham heard God's command, trusted God, obeyed God, and passed the test of faith. And one preacher after another will tell us that we must trust and obey God just as Abraham did. Will this do? I mean, can we avoid the deeply disturbing fact that God asked Abraham to kill his son? Is this Christian faith? Is this the God we want to obey? Or is there another way? I think we have to ask these questions about this passage because parents do kill their children. We do abort the unborn. 21 Coptic Christians were beheaded in Libya. And we know that Jihad Johnny and ISIS regularly sacrifice others to promote their cause. You see, in today's world, we are faced with a profound choice. And this choice is made clear by the gospel. The choice is, will we live by violence or by the gospel of Jesus? Will we continue to sacrifice others for our God and our cause? Or will we begin to forgive and live by compassion? And we must not think that Muslim extremists are the only ones living by religious violence. Many people and institutions sacrifice others in the name of their God or their cause. We live in a country that regularly lynched blacks to preserve a southern way of living. The people today are still executed legally by the state. And we often sacrifice others in the name of national security. And as we speak, we are sacrificing the environment for short-term economic gains. So is there another way? Let's turn to the story of Abraham and the two decisions that he made. I think it will make our choice clear. Abraham's first decision was to trust and obey God's command to murder his son. Now, in Abraham's day, there was child sacrifice. In pagan temples, there was sacrifice that happened all the time, so this was not unusual for him. And so he readily offers up his son as a sacrifice to God. But if he succeeded, he would have destroyed the way that God planned to bless humanity. Here's Abraham's second decision. He decides to trust and obey the angel that came from heaven. And by obeying the angel from heaven, he disobeyed God's command to kill his son. This is so important to understand. He disobeyed the command to kill Isaac. Abraham was engaged in discernment. You see, he realized that sometimes the Satan comes as an angel of light. And what appears as a God or a good cause led him to murder. So Abraham chose to listen to the angel from heaven and let Isaac live. You see, this passage presents us with two very different gods. The first is the God of violence, the God that demands that we sacrifice others, including our children. It's a man, an insane demand that contradicts God's promise to Abraham to bless humanity through Isaac. And it violates the commandment that thou shalt not kill. But the second God, the God that spoke through the angel from heaven, This God interrupted Abraham's attempt to sacrifice Isaac, just as Jesus did when the woman was about to be stoned for adultery. And this God says, stop. Do not harm the child. This God provides a way out of our violence. Now, some will claim that Abraham's sacrifice foreshadows Jesus' death on the cross. But this is to misunderstand the radicality of the gospel. The gods of violence always demand that we sacrifice others to them. But the God of the gospel offers himself in Jesus to us in order to stop us from sacrificing humans for some cause or some God. You see, the cross of Jesus unveils and disarms and reverses what Abraham had to do. And so the question today for us is, who do we listen to? Who do we obey? The gods of violence or the God of Jesus? Well, in today's gospel, we are told what to do. God tells us, this is my son, my beloved. Listen to him. The future of the world